I remember in school, I was the kid who was always picked on. I always got flamed for everything. And I was like this gamer kid, bit chubby, and I didn't really do anything. And I remember I got over this. And the reason that this idea came back in my mind is because I saw my friend going through a similar thing. And I was thinking, what could I say to him that could help him? So I brought him out with me. He's like, I've genuinely personally noticed his confidence go like through the moon in the last few months. And I want to do the exact same thing for you and for as many people as possible. My name's Finn, and I want to help people have a good social life. The first thing that I would tell you, bro, and the reason that I got reminded of this is when I was going into a burger shop. So I was with my friend. We were just boxing at the gym. We finished. We went in this Grilled. You might know it if you're in Australia. And my dad, because I was meeting up with my dad, I see him at the like reception, or what's it called? The desk? I don't know. But he's talking to the waitress. He's like, oh, what do you think about this burger? And he's having, oh, where are you from? He's having a chat. And I'm like, this reminded me, this is how you go through life. This is amazing. Like he's gone, he struck up a convo. Now it was real easy for me to come in and talk to this waitress. Oh yeah, hey, how you going? This is my dad. Clearly you met him. Like, you'd be so surprised. People are completely happy to have a chat. In fact, people want that guy who comes in who in super good energy comes and has a good chat with you. There's a few people who just want to be in their own zone. So you just got to like pick up the social cues and be like, leave them alone. But 90% of the time, that's not like your thing to think about. Like just be social with everybody, and a couple of people are just like trying to be in their own space. And so you leave them. But if you go through life like this, when I go through life like this, my social life is goated. When I remember I was at the gym with my friend this one morning. We went out the night before. I woke up, I went for a box. I went to the gym with my friend, and we're in the gym. And then there's this guy on our left, and I'm just like, hey, how you going, bro? And I speak to this guy, and I've seen him before. I used to be scared to speak to him, but I was just like, how you going, bro? That's all I said. I just broke the ice. He's one of my really good friends now. He literally sent me a message this morning. He's like, yo, you should come visit me in the US, bro. Look at the summer house. And look, I know what you're thinking, bro. Like, it can't be that easy. It is. You're overcomplicating it in your mind. I know why you're doing this. I did this too. But hopefully I can teach you some more things in this video that can help you get over that. But if you want my personal help, click the link in the description. I've got an amazing course that helps you be more social. It's fucking value. Like, you'll genuinely be a new person once you watched it. But let me get to my next point. So basically, 6 months ago, I got really sick, and it's kind of like long COVID, where even after you get sick, every time you're not sleeping well for a few weeks, or you're like pushing your body too hard, you start to get really sick again. And that's when I noticed it was this last holiday where I didn't have as much energy all of a sudden. I was like, why am I so low energy? I used to be so much more hype. I had to rely on like coffee and stuff to get through with energy. That's when I realized that health is actually like kind of important. I didn't really give a shit before, you know? I thought, yeah, just get big in the gym and, like go out. But maybe health matters. It's just like a weird word to say because everyone's like, oh, health, health, health. But what I mean by that is to feel good. Feeling good is health. Mentally good. Feel strong. That's physically good. And one of the best things that helped me, like I noticed that when I didn't get a good night of sleep, I just felt like death. I literally have a reminder of like, I'm really sick at the moment. And that's why when I'm not feeling good, I just need to focus on sleep. Because the only way to get better from what I have is to sleep more. And this is no different to if I was like in regular health. But the difference is that I need more sleep than usual. So it's more noticeable right now. And so what I realized is, I realized this after 2 weeks where I got good sleep. And then I was super social again. I was like full battery. I was super loud again. But I was that whole holiday, I was in like 50% of my form. I was nowhere near as good as I could have been. I was sick half the time. This was because I wasn't sleeping well. So I have some strategies that help me with sleep so much. Buy melatonin, bro. Don't be a dickhead. Oh, my body's going to stop producing melatonin. I'm not your doctor, I know, but every now and then you're going to have that night where you can't get to sleep or where you just like being a dickhead staying up late for no reason. Just like take some melatonin at like an early night every time you get really tired, and then read, like just read one page and you'll be fast asleep. And what ends up happening is you feel like 1,000% better the next day. Reading one page, and I know reading's boring, just read something you're interested in. It's just about getting better sleep. It's not about reading. I'm not one of these guys, you need to read more books. Like, this has nothing to do with social skills. It's just that when you read, you get good sleep, and then you're way more social and you have way more fun around people. Don't skip this step. Either get some melatonin or start reading before bed, because having bad sleep is like going through life with like 30% energy. You want to be that high energy, charismatic guy, right? Well, stop being a fucking dickhead and ignoring sleep. How are you gonna get that energy? It's like a Ferrari, you know? If you don't put any fuel in your Ferrari, how are you gonna smash the accelerator and drive fast? How are you gonna go through things? And then there's physical health as well, but like you've probably heard this a million times. Go to the gym, bro. Lift weights. You know what I mean. Like, just go out there, get some cardio. When you do that, like, you just feel 1,000 times better. I think every guy should go to the gym, but I feel like you know this. There's a million, I mean, if you don't go to the gym, I'd low-key be, like, a little bit ashamed of myself, respectfully, bro. But as long as you're doing a sport, it's fine. Going to the gym, it just needs to be some kind of exercise. Like, don't do no exercise, because then you're just going to go through life and live a subpar existence. Exercise is like the best thing ever, but you don't need me to tell you that. Now, this last thing, I remembered this morning when I was chatting to my friend, and I was like, yo, you should low-key stop putting some more Insta stories on, because he was like, yeah, I'm like that guy in the shadows. And we had a conversation, and he said, you know what, Finn, you make a great point. I just don't really give a shit, and I'm not bothered, and I already have a great social life and great friends. But what you've told me is amazing advice, especially for somebody who is like low-key a little bit of a quiet guy at school. Because what you can do with Instagram is you can put stories up. You can show a photo of you and a group of friends. And when other people see that, they view you so differently. I did this self-experiment with myself where I went away. So I had summer holidays. It was like a 10-week break. And I wanted to like be treated differently at school. So I just started putting up Insta stories and just showing my highlights, really. What happened is when I got back to school, nobody treated me the same. Everybody had way more respect for me and was way nicer to me. I don't think that's a coincidence, bro. Thank you for watching this video, bro. I hope I helped. Oh yeah, course, by the way, link in the description.